Philosophy Friday for everybody. Today's lesson is going to be a short one, short and simple. Try things differently. I'll explain in the music context. Now, of course, Philosophy Fridays is all about life lessons through music. And as I was looking at some old songs I used to play, that's how I came up with today's lesson. Now, okay, so let's say there's a song when you're switching between these two chords, right? But you wanted to do an accent, like something like this. Now, of course, you want to develop muscle memory. If there's an intricate part, you want to play it the same every time so that you don't have to think about it as much. But it is always good to try things differently, try different positions, try different fingers, just like in life, right? Like you can't always just have a one-size-fits-all approach to anything or most things. So, all right, let's say, it's easy to be in this position, it's easier than say this. So with my fingers, in terms of muting, I may want my finger here, but this is also the easiest finger to play this. Now, I could do that, I can get away with that, but let's say I gotta go down here. Now, if I decided that's the most comfortable way for me to play that, I may try to do it every time. But you can see there's a lot of switching back and forth, right? But let's say I wanted to have less space in the middle or less movement. Now let's say that position, it's okay, but it's not the most comfortable to be up here muting everything with the pinky. But what it'll allow me to do is to stay in this position. Oh. And then I have to travel all the way down here, right? That's a lot of space to go, especially if it's a faster song. But if you watch, maybe I want to end up right here, but I'm not going to do that every time. Just watch my fingers. See, once I'm up here, I want to stay up here, so I'm going to use this finger on there instead of this finger there, so that I can stay in that position. But now let's say my next note's all the way down here. Going from here all the way down here is going to be a lot. But this note is also up here. So if I'm in this position, or for those that don't want to use your thumb, you can be, and then literally just slide over one, just to hit that first note in a transition position. See, because from here to here, you're only moving one fret. And then from here to here is only 2 frets. And then again, use my pinky there. And then again, only 2 frets up to the first position. As opposed to going from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frets down. I could miss the note, I could be late, I could overshoot it. That's a lot of time to travel. That's a lot of space to travel in a short amount of time, is what I mean to say. So, you may get stuck into habits, into positions, into fingering, but, always explore, always try different ways. You could take Can't Stop, what is that? Let's see. That's a good song to practice different positions. But if I stay here, well, it doesn't work when you forget the song, Stephen, so forget that example. But again, don't get stuck into one specific way, one specific position or finger, because, let's face it, not one size fits all, one right way to do anything, right? Like, there's different techniques, there's different styles, there's so many different approaches to music, to songs, to life, to instruments, everything. So, sometimes we may have an idea of what we want to do, and that might be cool, but if it's ever not as fluid as you want, feel free to try other positions, other fingers, because again, another fun exercise I like to do sometimes is literally, let me try to play the same thing, but with just less fingers. Let me try to use just my index and my pinky. That's it. It's gonna be a stretch, but also too, watch. Let me try it differently. Let me try to just use the opposite. These two middle fingers. I don't know if it'll sound good. Practice what you preach, Steve, but do the different positions. If you ever try to play with just these two fingers, you realize that's not easy. But let's try it anyway. Guarantee you, the more you work on anything, the more comfortable it's going to be. This was completely new, but the more you work on anything, the better you're going to be. So today's Philosophy Friday is what? Try things differently. Try different positions. There's not one way to do anything. There's not one approach to anything. So whether it's life, whether it's music, songs, instruments, a job, a career, anything, you gotta try different ways, right? Because there is no one way to try things. So thank you for tuning into your Philosophy Friday. Remember, try things differently, because it's good to be able to do things in different ways. Especially when you may have one finger injured, you want to compensate, use the other ones. Hey, I can't. How many of us guitarists are guilty of having a weak pinky? Or, like a lot of times some players don't even use their pinky as much. I challenge you, tie up this finger and try just these fingers. You're going to grow so much strength here. And so in life, you try things differently, out of your comfort zone, that's where the growth happens. Try things differently, and I promise you, you will surprise yourself, because again, you are much more capable than you think you are.